High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel tonight from Richard Johnson Gymnasium in Gaston, Indiana. It's the championship game in 1A Sectional 55 as the Liberty Christian Lions take on the Cowan Blackhawks. Good evening. Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Good to have you in the co-pilot chair for the next couple of hours as we get set to send one of these teams on to the 1A Sweet 16. Will it be Liberty Christian, a school with a good pedigree in high school basketball, state champions 5 years ago, winners of 6 sectional titles on their resume. Been a while since they got one, though. They haven't won a sectional in 5 years since 2017. On the flip side, for the Cowan Blackhawks, this is a little bit of mission delayed, hopefully mission accomplished. They were the sectional champions a year ago. And of course, we all know what happened with COVID-19 and the rest of the boys' state tournament and the season. So it went spinning down the tubes, and the kids last year didn't get to finish out what they had started. These two teams have a chance to make up for some lost ground and lost time. It's a great matchup on paper, and I expect we'll see a game just as good on the floor as you'll see on the stat sheets and score sheets of East Central Indiana. Liberty Christian comes in at 16-8 overall for 17th year head coach Jason Chappell. And as is typical of this time of year, the teams that had a head of steam coming into the tournament are the ones that have really good runs. Liberty Christian is 7-3 in its last 10 games and winners of 3 games in a row. They come into this one tonight averaging 70.7 on offense, giving up an average of 60.3 on defense. So their gap is about 11 points from offense to defense. Cowan has had a sensational year. They are 14-8 for first-year head coach Aaron Groves, 9-1 in their last 10. That only loss was in overtime to Monroe Central in a game Cowan had a late lead in and feels they should have won. And winners of 5 games in a row overall. And they've really taken off since the return of Quentin Edmonds-Long, one of their outstanding seniors. Senior-laden lineup for Cowan. Kids who were juniors a year ago have one more chance to do it again. Cowan, with far less success in the tournament history, they've had 2 sectional champions on the southern end of Delaware County. They won at Muncie Central in 1976 in the single-class era. Didn't win another sectional until last year, so they can make history tonight in a couple of ways. Back-to-back sectional titles would be a first for Cowan, and they've never beaten Liberty Christian in a state tournament game. They are 0-2 against the Lions forever in state tournament play, looking for their first W here tonight. The winner of this game will advance to the Frankfort Regional next weekend, and we hope that if it's Cowan, we will continue to be along for the tournament ride as far as they go down the line in 2021. Both teams are on the floor going through their final warm-up paces. We have about 6 minutes of warm-up time left on the clock. A good crowd filing in here tonight. Of course, it's capped by COVID, but we have a COVID sellout. Every available ticket for this game was bought, and the fans coming in here tonight are going to see their money's worth. You talk about Cowan's numbers in terms of their averages. They're scoring 59-7 a game and giving up 56-5, but they've played great here in the back half of the season. How did they get to this spot tonight? Well, Liberty Christian has knocked out Daleville, and then last night, Anderson Prep Academy, and they're looking for the hat trick here tonight in Gaston. Cowan, of course, had a bye, got the rest on opening night. They advanced last night by beating a pretty good Tri-Central team, and they've got a great chance to win this game tonight. Liberty Christian has a couple of outstanding offensive players. Anyone from this area knows about Christian Nunn. He's a fantastic player, still just a junior. And Adonis House at 6'6" in the post, has had 2 fantastic games here in the sectional. He's playing his best basketball of the season for Coach Jason Chappell here when it counts the most in postseason play. You talk about Cowan, they're so hard to guard because they have 4 quality scorers on the floor at one time for much of the game. Riley Duncan, another well-known name in this area. 6'10" and a senior, a skilled big man. He is just on fire right now. He's had 2 great weeks in a row. He's clicking on all cylinders. And I like to call him XL. That's the Greek letters for Roman numerals for 40. And that's his jersey number. And he is XL in every other way. He is a big, big fella and a handful in the paint. But they are far from a one-man team on the Cowan side. Quentin Edmonds-Long, Jacob Thomas, and Logan Bird are also outstanding scorers in their own right. Any of them could go for 15 to 30 points a game on any given night, and sometimes more than one. They've put 4 men in double figures more than once this year on the Cowan side of this matchup. So it's going to be outstanding. If it lives up to the hype, it should be fantastic. We thank you for joining us tonight here on Free Internet Radio. Really doing this for 2 reasons tonight. Number one, blind people can't see video streams, and there are some blind people out there who like to follow basketball. And there are plenty of people traveling down the road tonight who can't watch the game while they're driving down I-69. So you 2 groups are the biggest reason why we're here doing this tonight. And I always go back to Grandpa in Tampa, the guy who hasn't seen his grandson play or hasn't heard his grandson play in forever, maybe ever, not once. Well, we're going to give you the chance to do that no matter where you are. Anywhere in the world you can get an internet signal tonight for high school basketball. One other Delaware County team is in action tonight. We want to say up front, good luck to Wapahani over in Sectional 40 and 2A at Elwood as they try to beat Frankton and advance to the regional in the 2A tournament. Raiders have had a terrific year in their own right in 2020-21. I think I told you a moment ago, Cowan is 14-8 overall. And when you talk about what they've been through, the loss of Coach Lee Ingalls in that tragic car accident in the fall just before the start of organized basketball activities, that was hard enough. Then you throw in COVID, which everyone has had to deal with. That's been a pain in the neck. And Aaron Groves, the first-year coach, has come in and done a great job keeping his kids focused, keeping them motivated, giving them some tunnel vision, tune out the noise, take care of your business, we'll be okay. They've largely done that. And it's a credit to them, to every one of them, to have the season they've had. I also want to say a couple things about high school sports. The IHSAA, the athletic directors, the coaches, the players, the officials, the parents, all over Indiana have done a fantastic job getting this season to the point we're at tonight. Remember back a year ago what it was like. No one knew the pandemic was here, and the season ended abruptly. A heartbreaker for all those kids. Well, these kids get to do something about it. And on the back of the warm-ups for Delta, or not Delta, on the back of the Cowan warm-ups, all for Ingalls. That says it all. They're playing for their former head coach, Lee Ingalls, who's probably smiling down on them tonight. The American flag is being lowered from the ceiling here in Richard Johnson Gym. That means we aren't far away from getting this one started tonight in Gaston, Indiana. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the starting lineups, the opening tip. It's Liberty Christian and Cowan for all the marbles in 1A55 next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Richard Johnson Gym. As the lineups are introduced tonight, we'll join PA announcer Biff Wilson for the introduction of the players.
Number 10, Tyler out. Number 23, Xavier White. Number 24, Josh Cadeo. Number 25, Spencer Lamb. Number 30, Ethan Troutman. Number 33, Cody Watson. And number 43, Tayshawn Midfield. Starting tonight for the Lions, a 6-foot junior guard, number 11, Zach Jeffers. A 6'1" senior guard, number 12, Aiden Smith. A 6'6" junior forward, number 15, Adonis House. A 6-foot sophomore guard, number 20, Eric Troutman. And a 6'3" junior guard, number 34, Christian Nunn. The head coach of the Liberty Christian Lions is Jason Devil. Here are the Cowan Blackhawks. Number 3, Michael Albany. Number 4, Nathan Sutton. Number 5, Wayne Marlett. Number 12, Isaac Benhorn. Number 21, Paul Duncan. Number 22, Wesley Bell. Number 23, Dexter Dennis. And number 23, George Creek. Starting tonight for the Blackhawks, a 6'1" senior guard, number 1, Quentin Hudson. Number 2, a 6-foot senior forward, Mason Self. A 5'11" senior guard, number 24, Dr. Thomas. A 5'11" senior guard, number 30, Logan Burns. And a 6'10" senior center, number 30, Riley Duncan. Head coach of the Allen Blackhawks is Aaron Rose. Tonight, Tony Orton, Andy Gregory, and Thomas.
Well, there you have them, the starters tonight for Liberty Christian. Zach Jeffers, Aiden Smith, Adonis House, Eric Troutman, Christian Nunn. And for Cowan, Quentin Edmonds-Long, Mason Self, Jacob Thomas, Logan Bird, Riley Duncan. Lions are wearing all black tonight with red lettering and gold trim. Cowan in the whites with the black lettering and the gold trim. We're about set to go. It's Adonis House to jump it for Liberty Christian. The 6'10", Riley Duncan to do the honors for Cowan. Here's the toss to tip. It's a back tip into the back court, and it belongs to Cowan to start the night. They'll go right to left across your imagination here on the opening possession of the night. Low post feed to Duncan. Skip pass here out on top. Now they go to the far wing. That's Jacob Thomas. Match up defensively. They're playing Duncan one-on-one in the post. Here's Logan Bird on the near side wing. He'll get it way back out on top to Quentin Edmonds-Long. He starts to drive, now picks it up, feeds down low. Duncan, again the pass to the wing. Three-pointer up, out of bounds, up the top of the backboard. No good on the miss by Thomas. And that possession took 35 seconds. And a good defensive possession by Liberty Christian, who did not double Duncan one time. Stick that in your file for later on. Here come the Lions offensively. Man-to-man as well defensively by Cowan. Nunn feeds the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark by Jeffers. Defensive fought for a rebound, and it comes to Cowan. It's Jacob Thomas on the ground, tied up by a pair of Liberty Christian Lions, and the ball on dual possession, and the arrow will go to Liberty Christian. We're 55 seconds into this one. Haven't had a bucket yet. We'll see who breaks the ice first. This is Troutman playing point. He'll bring it to the right wing. Takes it to the top of the key and out of the free throw line. Feeds down low to House. His jump hook is good. Adonis House, left-hand jump hook for the first 2 points of the game over Duncan, and it's 2-zip. Liberty Christian a little more than a minute 10 into the game. Edmonds-Long has it on the point here in the near forecourt. He'll take it to a pick behind one from Riley Duncan. The shot is up, no good. Rebound comes to Liberty Christian. It's Nunn with a full head of steam into the forecourt. Feeds the wing to the corner. Now the shot up, it's too strong. On a miss that time by Smith. Cowan quickly the other way. Here's Thomas. Going to try a three. It's on the way. No good. Rebound offensive board for Cowan. Edmonds-Long a three-pointer. It's blocked by Nunn. Rebound goes out of bounds the way to the scores table, and it goes to Cowan. LC 2, Cowan nothing, 6:14 of the first quarter. At midcourt, it'll be an inbounds play on the far sideline for Cowan. They get it in easily to Jacob Thomas, who will bring it across the timeline here on the near side near the volleyball line. Bounce pass cross court to Edmonds-Long. Now they feed Bird here on the near side. It's in the corner, and now down low to Duncan, who feeds back out instead of going up with it. Edmonds-Long needs help on the arc, gets off to Bird. Bird takes it to the top of the key, gives up to Edmonds-Long. He feeds in the corner near side. Jake Thomas drives. Little runner from 8 feet. Trickles off. No good. Rebound to Duncan. He's got it against the double team. He forces it up. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line. First foul of the game will belong to Liberty Christian. It's on Adonis House. Duncan going to the stripe. 2 free throws on the active shooting foul. He misses the first. He'll do it again. Duncan has had some fantastic games in the last 2 weeks. Next one on the way. Short off the front iron. He missed them both. Rebound LC. Here come the Lions leading 2-0. Here's a drive to the paint. Now they work it back for a long 2 on the wing, and it's up and good by House. Adonis House has all 4 points for Liberty Christian. A 4-0 game. 5.5 to go first quarter. Now some backcourt pressure being applied on the ball handler by Aiden Smith. Cowan has it in the forecourt. Low post feed to Duncan. One dribble. Forces it up. It's up. It's in. Got the shooter's roll. Riley Duncan with his first bucket to make it 4-2 Liberty Christian. 3 minutes into this one. On the other end, Troutman will fire a 16-footer. Can't get it. It was way off the mark. Jake Thomas with the board defensively for Cowan. Blackhawks with a chance to tie or even get a lead if they can knock home a tray on this trip. With 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Here's a low post feed down low. They knock it away from Duncan. Good defense by House. Blackhawks keep the ball low. Edmonds-Long, 30 feet from the basket, far side wing, tried to drive. Now he goes around a screen, feeds the pick and roll to Duncan, who gets it back outside. Self has it, needs help. He goes back down low to Duncan, who takes it up, has it blocked, rebound up, no good. A third try, no. House got him. Here comes the defensive rush. for Cowan, and the shot is up and no good this time by LC. An air ball, and the Blackhawks survive a trip down the floor defensively. Here they come on offense. This is Edmonds Long backing his man down, fires a turnaround jumper from the baseline. It won't go. Blackhawks are cold to start this one from the field. Here's Nunn. Long two-pointer from the wing. It's up. It's no good. It goes up over the backboard out of bounds. And the ball goes back to Cowan. It's Liberty Christian 4, Cowan 2. Exactly 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. And now Liberty Christian showing backcourt pressure, man-to-man. And here comes Edmonds Long across the timeline into the West Dell logo. Now to Self. Spin dribble in the paint. Lost the ball. Turnover Cowan. Liberty Christian gets the ball. They'll go to the corner. Jeffers. Now House. Three-pointer up. No good off the front iron. Riley Duncan with the board. Here comes Cowan quickly. No advantage. 3-on-3. Edmonds Long tries to drive. He's cut off in the corner. Now a kick violation as Jeff did a nice job getting his feet up to deflect the pass out of bounds right here in front of us. We've only had 2 players score in the game in the first 4.5 minutes. 4 points on the board for Adonis House. He's got all of Liberty's total. 2 points for Riley Duncan. Inbounds pass to Bird. 3-pointer in the corner. Gag! Logan Bird drains the triple, and Cowan has its first lead of the game at 5-4. 3:20 to go, first quarter. Walking it into the forecourt is Troutman. Cowan will let him dribble out near the volleyball line. He works it on the wing to Jeffers. Now in the corner to Smith. Smith feeds House. His runner is no good. Rebound inside, foul no good. A third try no good, but we're going to have a foul on Cowan. And it looks like it'll be an over-the-back foul on Riley Duncan on the battle for the rebound. Duncan with his first foul. That'll send Adonis House to the free throw line. He has all 4 of Liberty Christian's points. 6'6" junior, right-handed. Strokes the first one, rattles in. He has 5 in the game. And that ties us at 5 apiece. We're knotted up for the first time tonight. Probably not the last. House will have another one. Looks at it, fires, got it. House with 6 points to make it 6-5. LC back on top. Cowan on the attack. Thomas in the corner. Nearly has his pass picked off. Now it's Bird, near side corner. Edmonds Long up. 3-pointer rattles up, no good. Rebound, LC. Here they come quickly. Troutman going all the way to the paint. Fires on the run. Can't get it. Got his own board. Looked like he walked. Rejected inside. He took it up and Duncan made him eat it. Here comes a fast break the other way. 3-on-2. Cowan goes to the board. Duncan had his shot blocked by House. And here comes House all the way to the other end. Bounce pass to the baseline. Man tried to get it. Nearly walked. Saved it. Got it to Nunn. Now gets it right back in the corner. Troutman feeds the corner of the key. The jumper up. House couldn't get it. Rebound inside by Troutman. Troutman feeds down low. Here's House going to the baseline. Strong, and he lays it in. A double clutch winner over Duncan to make it 8-5. House has every Liberty Christian point with 1:55 to go in the first quarter. Cowan trailing by 3 now. Edmonds Long. Thomas has it on the wing from him. He'll dribble out between the rings and reset with 1:44 to go. They're playing Duncan one-on-one down low with House guarding the 6'10" Duncan. We'll see how long that happens. Duncan has passed out of the low post 4 or 5 times already. Edmonds Long has it. Far side. Takes it into the paint. Feeds off to Duncan. He goes up strong and lays it in. Riley Duncan in heavy traffic for his 4th point to make it 8-7 Liberty Christian with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Fantastic early action here in Gaston. Here's Christian Nunn. Pulls up for a long 2 just inside the arc. It's too strong. The rebound comes to Self. Cowan will bring it down the floor. Thomas across the timeline to the top of the key. Alone, he'll fire a 3. Hits a 3. Jacob Power with the triple. And it swings back to Cowan at 10-8 now in the final minute of the first period. You can't leave him alone like that. Here's Troutman out between the rings. Gets to Nunn here on the near side wing. He'll Drive to the paint, takes it to the baseline, lays it up. Nice spin off the window for the hoop by Christian Nunn. His first two, and we're knotted up at 10 apiece. See if Cowan plays for the final shot with 30 seconds to go in the first period. In the forecourt, Thomas, 40 feet from the basket, guarded by Jeffers. Man-to-man and a sticky one being played by Liberty Christian. Here's Thomas driving to the paint, picks it up, turnaround jumper, rattles around off, no good. 15 seconds to go. Here comes Liberty Christian. They will almost certainly play for the final shot. We're under 10 to go. Troutman has it out on top, brings it to the near side wing, feeds Nunn. He'll run to the baseline, fires on the run, no good. Rebound inside, Troutman up, good! Over Riley Duncan. Troutman got the follow. And we are at the end of the first quarter. What a game we've had so far. We go to the break. First 8 minutes in the books. Liberty Christian 12, Cowan 10 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to period number 2 here in Richard Johnson Gymnasium in the 1A Sectional 55 title game. Liberty Christian 12, Cowan 10. First quarter scoring, 8 points for Adonis House, 2 for Christian Nunn, 2 for Eric Troutman for Liberty Christian. On the Cowan side of the ledger, Jacob Thomas a triple for 3, Logan Berta triple for 3, 2 2-point buckets for Riley Duncan for 4. We'll start the period with Cowan inbounding the ball here on the near side of midcourt, and they'll bring it across the timeline on the left-hand dribble by Jacob Thomas. He nearly had it stolen away. It is stolen away. Here comes a fast break. Troutman lays it up. No good. Tip on the run. No good. Rebound whistle, and it's going to be a defensive rebound for Cowan and a foul for Liberty Christian. Wow. Unreal. Cedric Anderson picks up the foul into the game now for LC. His first. Second on the team. Here's a whistle at midcourt on a reach attempt for a steal by Troutman. He'll pick up the foul. Troutman with his first. Third one on Liberty Christian. Cowan has only fouled one time. Inbounds play at midcourt, far side. It comes into the forecourt to Thomas. He dribbles to the baseline, picks it up, works it back out on top, nearly picked off. Now long. Feeds the baseline. The corner three-pointer is no good by Bird. Cowan is cold from the field, especially from the perimeter in this one. They've knocked down 2 trays, but they like to live a little bit more out on the perimeter than that. First minute of the second quarter. Here's Liberty Christian attacking in the right side forecourt here in Richard Johnson Gym. It's Troutman dribbling. Now bounce pass to the wing to Christian Nunn. He says, give me a pick. He tries it inside. He tries it here. He jammed it over Duncan! And then he stared him down. You hear the crowd. Christian Nunn with 4 points, and it's 14-10. Play of the night so far. Bird free. Three-pointer near side corner. Good! He says, yeah, we can do more than dunk to make it 14-13. That's Bird's second triple. He has 6 points in the game, and we're back to a 1-point bulge for Liberty Christian. Christian Nunn gets a screen, goes to the paint, drives it, has it blocked. Duncan made him eat the next one. We'll see who the foul is on. It looks like it's going to be a common foul. It is going to be a common foul and not a shooting foul. It'll go against Mason Self of Cowan. Second one on the Blackhawks. Baseline inbound play coming for the Lions as Aiden Smith prepares to trigger in. He gets it into Nunn, who fires the 2 from the baseline and splash down. Nunn is heating up. He's got 6 in the game to make it 16-13. 6:19 to go in the first half. Edmonds long. has it on the wing far side. Too much dribbling. Now between the legs. Now he works it up to self. They swing at the Bird here on the near wing. Bird looks down low. They go inside the dunk, and he goes up and hits. That's how you got to run your offense, and they're within a point again at 16-15. That was an excellent possession by Liberty Christian defensively, but they just can't stop Duncan when it's fed in that low. The 6'10 senior made him pay. LC 16, Cowan 15. Here's Nunn dribbling out between the rings. He'll pull up, feeds off. Now baseline drive and a shot up off the window. No good. Rebound Duncan for Cowan. That was Kobe Watson on the field goal attempt. On the other end, three-pointer up too strong by Quentin Edmonds-Long. Here's a whistle on the rebound for the Cowan Blackhawks. It's going to be Self with another foul. He has two. He's their best defender, so they got to keep him out of foul trouble. We'll see how long they ride with him. Adonis House checks back in for Liberty Christian. 5:17 to go, second quarter. It's a 1-point game with the Lions leading the Blackhawks 16-15. Turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound comes down to Cowan. They throw it back in off a defender, and it comes now to Liberty Christian. And a wild scramble, the Lions came up with it. Here's the drive to the paint. Pull up, off the glass, good. The bunny by Christian Nunn. He has 8 in the game. And it's 18-15 Liberty Christian with 4:52 remaining before intermission. Here's a steal attempt, a swipe from behind that time by Anderson to knock it out of bounds. Cowan will keep it. Inbounding on the far sideline, right in front of the Liberty bench. The pass comes in, it's thrown away. Edmonds-Long tried to go to Duncan. He threw it right through his hands. Unofficially 4 turnovers in the game by Cowan. None so far by Liberty Christian. Christian Nunn will dribble it into the forecourt slowly. Now take it to the baseline. Goes to the paint, feeds back outside. Now they work it down low. House, 10-footer up, no good. Couldn't get the bucket over Duncan that time, who changed the shot trajectory. We've got a player maybe injured on the back end. Here's a three-pointer on the way from the arc. Jacob Thomas was left all alone. He has 2 trays, and we're tied at 18. And an official's timeout as the injured LC player comes to the bench. That's Anderson. It looked like he sprained his ankle. He's okay. He came off on his own power, and he's at the end of the bench, so they'll check him out. So we're at 18-18, third tie of the game at 4:15 of period number 2. Fantastic game so far here on the Delco Preps channel. We hope you're enjoying it. Christian Nunn dribbles to the corner of the key. Good defense by Bird to cut him off. He gets it right back out near the timeline, deep forecourt. Nunn with the right-hand dribble. Bounce pass out on top to Troutman. Cowan playing off the guards. A good 7-8 feet. Troutman, top of the key. Now near side wing. Has it knocked away, but he got it back. Works far side to Jeffers. Now out on top to Smith. Smith high post pass to Nunn. A whistle and a Cowan foul. Logan Bird got caught with his hand on the cookie jar. First one on Jake. Make it Logan Bird. 4th team foul for Cowan. Baseline inbound play in the forecourt near side. There's a pass underneath. Stolen away. Edmonds-Long stepped in front of the pass. First turnover of the game by LC. Edmonds-Long will bring it across the timeline. They swing it near corner now to Bird. Couple dribbles. Pass out on top to Thomas. Right back to Bird. Down low to Duncan. Duncan feeds out on top to Self. Self, a whistle. Here's a common foul on the dribble. As LC went for the steal, and they got the foul instead. Eric Troutman has his 2nd foul, 4th on the team. Both teams with 4 now. 3:20 to go before halftime. Baseline inbounds play. Comes into Riley Duncan. He gets right back to Bird, who takes it out 30 feet from the basket. Here's a drive to the baseline. A shot forced up. Whistle and a foul on a move by Quentin Edmonds-Long, and he'll go to the free throw line. Fouls are starting to pile up for LC. Aiden Smith is the guilty party. That's the 5th team foul on Liberty Christian, and with 3:12 to go, second quarter, in a tie game at 18, Quentin Edmonds Long will have a chance to break the tie. Cowan hasn't led since being up 10-8. First one good. First point of the night by Edmonds Long, and it's 19-18. Cowan back in front. They only led 3 times in the game. Edmonds Long fires the second one. He got them both. Nothing but nylon. Cowan leads it 20-18. Quickly the other way come the Lions. They'll work it out on top. Troutman swings it far side wing. Smith feeds down low. It's Christian Nunn, guarded by Bird. Nunn will drive him to the baseline. Cut off. Gets to House. He walked. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. Got to put it on the floor first. Got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. 2:55 to go, first half. Cowan 20, Liberty Christian 18 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
.255 to go in the second quarter as play resumes following the 30-second timeout taken by Jason Chappell of LC. Cowan with the ball and a 2-point lead at 20-18. Across the timeline and now attacking in the forecourt is Bird here near the volleyball line. Feeds down low. Duncan goes up with it. Can't get it. Got his own. Rebound. Fires and hits. Duncan with his 8th point. Biggest lead of the game tonight by Cowan at 22-18. On a nice stick-with-it play by Riley Duncan. On the LCN, House feeds down low. Nunn goes down to House. House with a little left-hand jump hook. The 7-foot teardrop is good. 10th point for House. 22-20 is the Cowan lead with 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Jake Thomas works it across the court to Quentin Edmonds Long. He'll drive it right down the paint. Scoop shot no good. Rebound comes to House. Fast break LC. It's Nunn out in front of everybody, and he's fouled on the catch. There should be a common foul against Cowan. It's on Logan Bird. That's his second personal foul. Checking back in for LC is Anderson. It's a baseline inbounds play. Both teams with 5 team fouls with 1:56 to go before halftime. Long inbounds pass comes into Christian Nunn. He says, clear out for me. He'll drive to the paint. Now gives to House. House goes up. Can't get it. Duncan with another nice job defensively to force his shot out. Here's a long one. No good. Goes to the corner. It's out of bounds. Off the miss by Smith. Good defensive trip for Cowan. They've got the ball and a 2-point lead at 22-20 with 1:40 to go in second quarter action. Here's Bird driving, firing off the glass, hitting! Bird hit a tough shot over Nunn to make it 24-20. Cowan, that is Bird's 8th point of the game. He's coming up and warming up. High post now is House. He'll take the 16-footer. Can't get it. Rebound by Riley Duncan. Here comes Cowan. 4-point lead for the Blackhawks. 1:15 to go. Jake Thomas, shake and bake move. Works it here to the near wing. It's Bird who drives to the paint. Takes it up. Fires. Hits! Logan Bird with 10 points. Cowan's biggest lead of the night at 26-20 with 1 minute to go in the first half. Here's House. 18 feet out on top. Works it far side to Anderson. Feeds down low to Nunn. Nunn dribbles. Fires. Can't get it. Rebound Jeffers for LC. He gets off. Here's a shot in the paint that's no good and a whistle and a foul. It's probably going to be on Riley Duncan. Christian Nunn was the shooter. Riley Duncan's second foul. They got to be careful. And just that fast up to check in, probably for him is his brother. Going to the line is Christian Nunn. looks, fires, hits. His ninth point to make it 26-21. Riley Duncan checks out. Coming in for him is Cole Duncan, the freshman, 6'6". 44.4 remaining here in the first half. Second free throw coming by Christian Nunn. He fires, and he got another one. Nunn 2 for 2 trip to the line to give him 10 in the game, 26-22. Cowan with the ball, leading by 4. Final 40 seconds of the first half. Self has it, dribbles between the rings, nearly stolen away, but he keeps it, works it to Jake Thomas, who dribbles toward the key, goes to the corner now to Self. Self looks inside, needs help. Down low, feed to Duncan. Now they swing it back out on top. Edmonds long with 15 seconds. They'll play for a final shot. Thomas open for 3. Got it! Jake Thomas, 9th point of the game to make it 29-22. And on the other end, here's a long one, up no good. Duncan with the rebound has it stolen away and laid in just before the buzzer by Anderson. His first bucket of the game, and we've reached halftime. What a first half of play here in Richard Johnson Gym. 16 minutes are in the books. Wow, do not go away. This might go down to the final second. We're at halftime. The score at the break. Cowan, 29. Liberty Christian, 24. Back with a halftime show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administration. This is what matters. Mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This, but the way the games are played.
Welcome back to Richard Johnson Gymnasium, the 1A Sectional 55 championship game. We're at halftime, and it's been a thriller so far, as you might guess. Most sectional championship games are razor thin and tight, and this one is every bit those things. Cowan 29, Liberty Christian 24 at intermission. It was a sensational first half. Liberty Christian led after a quarter 12-10, but Cowan had a whale of a second period. They outscored Liberty Christian 19-12 in the second quarter to take the lead. And it's been a fantastic game. LC led most of the first quarter, much of the second quarter. We've been tied 3 times at 5, 10, and 18. Cowan got a bucket to go up 20-18, and they've had the lead ever since. Their biggest lead has been 6 points at 26-20. So, very well played game, pretty clean. Only unofficially 2 turnovers in 16 minutes of basketball for Liberty Christian, and only 4 by Cowan in a game where the defensive pressure's been pretty good at times. That says a lot about the team's ability to fight that off. So, what a second half we have setting up for us here in this one tonight. Teams are going to have to deal with some fouls in the second half. No one has 3 fouls in the game, but several teammates have 2 apiece, rather. Eric Trotman has 2 for LC. And you look at Cowan, Mason Self, their defensive specialist, he has 2 fouls. Logan Burt has 2. Riley Duncan has 2. So foul trouble could be a problem. We'll see who gets that early third foul in the second half, if anyone does. But it's been a well-played game, a well-officiated game, and it's been very exciting to watch here tonight. Winner of this game will go to the Frankfort Regional next weekend. And I said before the game to Jason Chappell, I thought whoever wins this game has a pretty good chance to have success at the regional. These are 2 teams that have both inside and outside games. They're dangerous and they're hard to guard. You can't play off anyone without really taking a big risk. And that's been put on display a few times here in this first half of action tonight. We'll take one more break. When we come back, the unofficial first half scoring after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime of this one with Cowan leading Liberty Christian at intermission 29-24. Brian Beaver along with you at halftime. Get me a cold Pepsi and a ham sandwich. Anyway, first half scoring. First for Liberty Christian, 2 men in double figures already. 2 men with 10 each. Adonis House, who scored the first 6 points of the game by himself, and Christian Nunn with 10. Only 2 other scores for the Lions. Eric Trotman has 2 on a bucket. And Cedric Anderson picked up that follow-up basket 1 second before halftime for his only 2 points. You heard the buzzer in the background calling the teams back to the court. Cowan is already out to warm up. Liberty Christian will be out shortly. For the first half scoring for Cowan, 1 man in double figures. It's Logan Bird, who has 2 trays and 4 field goals in total for 10 points. 9 for Jake Thomas, who delivered like Jake from State Farm with 3 triples. 8 points for Riley Duncan. 2 points for Quentin Edmonds-Long. Look for him to get untracked in the second half. That's well below his average. Mason Self didn't score. Neither did Cole Duncan, who came in late in the first half after his brother Riley got his second foul in that second quarter scrum that led to the Cowan lead. You look down at the rest of the score sheet for Liberty Christian. Zachary Jeffers, Aiden Smith, and Kobe Watson have all played, but have not scored. They're hanging the donut as well. So this one is still anybody's game. That third foul looming for someone, and we'll see how it swings the momentum in the game, if it does at all. But typically it does. A team has to adjust a little bit when someone gets number 3, and we'll see how it all plays out. Here comes Liberty Christian. They're back on the floor. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll start third quarter action here in Gaston. Don't go away. It's a thriller brewing here with Cowan leading Liberty Christian 29-24 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. We'll see you other side of the break.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Brian Beaver back with you as we prepare to start third quarter action here at Westdale High School. Thanks to Westdale Athletic Director Kai Denny and the rest of the game day staff and the volunteers for all their hospitality. It's hard putting on the sectional, let alone during a pandemic. We appreciate all their work. Liberty Christian will own the ball to start the third quarter. They'll inbound it right here in front of us on the near sideline at midcourt, trailing 29-24. Here we go. Cowan going back in the zone here. House has it, high post, looks down low. He'll fire from 16, no good off the back iron. Self with the rebound for Cowan, had it nearly stolen away. He's got it back in his hands, he gets to Thomas. Thomas will let the traffic clear, now he'll bring it across the timeline. To the top of the key with the left hand, dribble between the legs now, and sets up the offense. Man-to-man defensively by Liberty Christian. Thomas says, give me some space. Drives to the paint, feeds the corner. Self goes down low to Duncan. He's doubled. He feeds out. Now to the corner near side. Three on the way. No good by Thomas, but offensive rebound work by Cowan. Another three-pointer on top, no good. Rebound is off the hands of Duncan, out of bounds. It'll go to Liberty Christian off the miss by Quentin Edmonds-Long. Frenetic 45 seconds to begin the third quarter. Boy, get your, hey, Mabel, get your nitro pill. You're going to need it later. Here's Christian Nunn driving to the paint. Feeds the House. He walked before he took it up. Good call. Second traveling violation by House tonight. Only the third turnover, though, all night long by LC. And a nearly steely inbounds play. Cowan will dodge a bullet and keep it. They'll inbound it right in front of the Liberty Christian bench here on the near side, the left side of the court. Cowan going left to right here in the second half. Long feed down to the baseline. Bird has it, lost the handle, gets it back. Here on the near wing, Thomas, three-pointer, off the mark, no. House clears the rebound for Liberty Christian. First minute 15 here of the third quarter. House has it at the arc, nearly walked again. He gets it back outside. Smith dribbling on the wing. Out on top between the rings to Nunn. Nunn will drive it to the corner of the key. Now to the baseline. Force it up. Can't get it. Rebound fought for, still loose. It comes to Liberty Christian. Here's a shot up. Blocked away by Duncan, who fed breakfast to Christian Nunn. And he sees that grin on Riley Duncan and they say, hey, you dunked on me earlier. I'm swatting your stuff out of the gym. Wow. Two pretty good players going at it right there. Foul was called in the scrum on Aiden Smith. He has two now. And 2 minutes into the third quarter, Cowan goes back to work offensively here on the right end. Edmonds-Long drives the paint, feeds Duncan. Duncan kicks it back out on top. Thomas, 14-footer out front, rattles around, no good. He got his own. Up off the glass. Guy! Offensive rebound and a bucket for Jake Thomas. Great play. Timeout, Liberty Christian. 5:59 to go, third quarter. It's Cowan 31, Liberty Christian 24 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Cowan with its biggest lead of the night now at 7 points. Following the miss, rebound and stick back by Jacob Thomas, who has 11 points in the game to make it 31-24 Cowan. Jason Chappell called the timeout for Liberty Christian, said, let's talk it over. You hear Sweet Caroline playing in the background. Gotta love Hoosier Stay. Have you missed basketball, people? I think you have. It's good having them back on the floor. We're back in action. Final 6 minutes of quarter number 3. Cowan with a 7-point lead. Liberty Christian needs a bucket. Troutman dribbles here to the near wing. Keeps going. 180 turn. Takes it back out on top. High post feed to Adonis House. He gets off to Christian Nunn on the right wing. Nunn behind a screen will fire a 12-footer off the front iron. No good. Riley Duncan with another rebound for Cowan and a loose ball foul. It looks like it might be on Christian Nunn. And it is. His first foul of the night. Second one on the team here in the second half, and just that fast. Substitution as House will come out and Kobe Watson will come in for Liberty Christian. Don't know if House has an ankle issue. I saw him getting taped before the game. He might be a little gimpy. He's played well, though. Cowan, against pressure, dribbles into the forecourt, doing the honors. Edmonds long, and yep, good call. He threw a chicken wing elbow. Offensive foul on Edmonds long. That's a good call. 5th turnover of the game unofficially for Cowan. And that gives it back to Liberty Christian. Let's see if they can get a momentum play. They've been flat here since halftime, trailing by 7. Troutman nearly got away with a wing of his own. Still dribbling far side, takes it baseline, fires up. It's off the glass, no good, and we've got a whistle. And it looks like a common foul against Cowan.
Foul on number 24, Jacob Thomas.
Jake Thomas with his first. Baseline inbounds play comes into the Lions. The Lions need a bucket. 5:05 to go third quarter. They trail 31-24. Baseline jumper by Watson, no good. Long rebound battled for, taken away by Logan Bird. He gets to Self. Self now to Jake Thomas in the backcourt, guarded closely by Zachary Jeffers. Guarding him like a hanger on the dry cleaning. Cowan gets it across the timeline okay, though. Edmonds long will drive. Baseline. Has it knocked away. Should have been a throw and a travel. He got away with the first one. He threw it out of bounds. Karma. Right there. Turnover Cowan. Their second of the second half. They're 6th in the game. Not a good trip offensively for the Blackhawks. And their head coach, Aaron Groves, up. Just looking on like, come on, guys. We're nearly halfway through the third quarter, still 31-24. Here's a move inside, a runner in the paint, a beautiful 8-footer up and good by Christian Nunn. Give him a dozen in the game. It's 31-26. Cowan's lead down to 5 with 4:18 to go in the third period. Jacob Thomas nearly has his pass stolen away. They work it to the corner. Bird open for 3. Off the mark. Front iron, no good. He left it short. And now Liberty turns it over in the backcourt. Troutman couldn't handle the ball cleanly. It went right out of bounds in the Cowan bench. Unofficially, only 4 turnovers tonight by Liberty Christian, but that was a costly one right there. Coming off a defensive stop. Here's Edmonds long. Works near wing to Bird, now in the corner to Self. Self looks down low for Duncan. Can't get it to him. Now he needs to get to someone. They work it far side. Here's another 3 up. Off the mark, no good. Duncan couldn't corral the rebound off the miss from Thomas. Quickly the other way. Nunn driving, hitting. Took it right to the glass. He's got 14. 31-28. Little spurt here by LC to get back in the game. So a 1-possession game now. Mid third quarter. 3:28 to play. You hear the crowd coming to life across the way. The LC fans are loving it. Nearly stolen away from Thomas. He got it away, and we've got a steal attempt and a foul by Liberty Christian. A near turnover, but they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and another foul on the Lions. This one on Eric Troutman. That's 3 on him, and he's the first man to 3 for either team. 3 team fouls for the Lions. 2 team fouls so far in the second half by Cowan. Comes into the Blackhawks. Edmonds long drives his man down to the paint, fakes, fires, he's fouled. Smith thought he went straight up with his hands and just got him with the body, and it tripped to the free throw line. Following the foul by Smith, it's his third, 4th on the team. Edmonds long goes to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. He has 2 points in the game, both free throws, make it 3 in a row. Third point for him. That breaks the little mini drought for Cowan to make it 34-28. Substitution for Liberty. Josh Cabello. Second free throw coming from Edmonds long. Rattles out, goes back in. Beautiful shooter's touch. Give him 4 in the game. We've got a timeout call. 3:14 to go here in period number 3. Cowan 33, Liberty Christian 28 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Cowan leads 33-28. Head coach Aaron Groves took his first time out there to set up what they want to do defensively. Cowan's lead is back to 5. It had shrunk to 3 a moment ago. Now the Blackhawks go back to work defensively. 3:14 to go here in period number 3. Liberty Christian will bring it the length of the floor, the full 84 feet. Troutman all by himself, slowly dribbling and walking across the timeline right in the middle of the floor. Looks right, goes to the wing right side. That's Nunn working on self. Nunn will drive him to the paint, pull up and fire. No good. It's going to be a foul on Cowan. It might have been on the helper. No, it's going to be on self. That's 3 on him now. So now you got a little trouble. If you're Cowan, he's your best defender. Active shooting foul. Christian Nunn goes back to the stripe for 2. Looking for his 15th point of the game. Bends his knees, fires. No good. His first miss of the night. He's 2 out of 3. He'll have another. 2:59 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 33-28 Cowan lead. Nunn trying to chip away at it. Next one on the way. He missed them both. Riley Duncan has the rebound for Cowan. That's a win for Cowan right there. Blackhawks in the forecourt. Nunn guarding Thomas closely. They go behind a screen. Now feeds to Edmonds long. Pulls up from the corner of the key. Hits the 17-footer. First field goal of the game for Q. He has 6 points to make it 35-28. Cowan's lead back to 7 again. On the other end, Troutman in the key. Needs help. He's going to fire anyway, and he hits. Got the shooter's roll. The defenders left him, and he took advantage to make it 35-30. Cowan still leading. Final 2:15 of period number 3. Thomas behind a screen. Now goes out on top to Edmonds long. Lost the handle. Turnover. Fast break. 2-on-2. Nunn going to the hole. Can't get the shot. He will collect the free throws. Very aggressive with the ball. He's a talented kid. Logan Bird picks up his third personal. 4th on Cowan. Fouls are starting to get to that point I told you about at halftime. Someone's going to bend here. Once too often. Nunn going back to the stripe. The junior has the first one on the way, and he hits. 15th point of the game for him. 35-31. Lions can cut it and make it a one-possession game here if none can convert both free throws. Fires off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Duncan. He's got a boatload, working on another double-double. Edmonds long on the point, now to Self on the wing, out on top to Jake Thomas, back in the corner to Q. Edmonds long. He'll drive it, has it knocked away, nearly stolen away. Bird comes up with it. He drives it baseline, feeds the corner. Thomas for three. Yes! Thomas with 14 points to make it 38-31. That's an ice water triple by Thomas. His fourth of the game from behind the arc. On the other end, House is back in the game, and he's going to drive it on Duncan and lay it in. Adonis House with an even dozen for him to make it 38-33 with a minute 15 to go in the period. Slowly dribbling across the timeline is Edmonds long. Gets to the wing to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Jeffers. Now to the far side to Bird. Bird lobs down low on the baseline to Duncan. Back to Bird out on the wing. Picks up his dribble, goes back down low to Duncan. Duncan goes inside, fires, hits! 10 points for Duncan. 40-33. Back on the other end, Christian Nunn goes to work and hits a baby 10-footer over Duncan. Beautiful move. 17 points for him. Make it 40-35 with 38 seconds remaining third quarter. Edmonds long, works it to Thomas on the wing. Thomas has it knocked away, nearly stolen away. Gets it on the wing. Bird tees up a three. It's too strong. Rebound. Christian Nunn. He's going to go coast to coast. All the way to the key. Spins his way to the basket. Lays it in. He's got it. And it'll count. Terrific move by Nunn. 19th point of the night. Foul by Cowan. It's on Jacob Thomas to make it 40-37 on a great move by Nunn. He can make it a 2-point game. Looking for the old-fashioned and one, and he missed it. Duncan with another board. Those missed free throws are going to loom large later on. Cowan 40, LC 37, final 10 seconds of the period. Thomas has it way out near the sideline. He'll drive to the top of the key, to the paint, pulls up, goes down low. Duncan fires, he hit it! It'll count! He's fouled with 3.2 to go! Beautiful feed down low for the bucket by Riley Duncan. His 12th point of the night. The foul is on Adonis House. 2 on him. And Duncan looking for the end one, and he's got it. The senior playing well. His 13th point. 43-37. Here's a long one. No good at the buzzer. And that does it for the third quarter. We played 24 minutes. We're heading for the
world of high school sports is filled.
the best. Get it up. Here they go. Good hands that time down by Cabello. Down. One fires, can't get it. Rebound inside by Trout. Gonna fire no good. He might have been fouled. Long lead passer. Jam it! Christian Nunn skies with a slam. 23 points, and it's a 2. Good at work. Here's a drive. Lay it up, that's good. Logan Bird for his 12th point to make it 45-41. Cowan leading. He fouls. He goes to the basket. He hits and he's fouled. And
sports is happy to possess the eye of the tiger.
A55. Thomas guarded by Nunn. Thomas to the wing, to the baseline, fires the run, blocked by Nunn. Here comes LC with a chance to retake the lead. Here's Troutman driving, baseline shot, good! Eric Troutman, 46-45. The first lead in the second half for Liberty.